So we're gonna keep going. So we've got to 80.
Yep.
We'll take the thermometer out and remove this from our little water bath and sit it on our heat safe thing. So where are we at with the instructions?
Pour desired amount of melted wax into your heat-safe measuring jug.
Okay, so to do this, we don't really know how many mils each jar holds. There's like a random assortment. And sometimes with jars, well, usually with jars, especially if it's a food product, it's going to be in grams, not in mils. So we're working with mils. What we're going to do is just use it all, pour them all. If there's leftovers, we're going to pour it into our little silicone mold.
What numbers are you calculating?
So we're going to go with 600 mils of wax.
Okay.
So can you pour from here? Maybe have a look on the jug where 600 is.
Oh yeah, props up there. 600.
Yeah. 600. Amazing. So how I've worked it out is 600 divided by 100 times 8 is 48.
Okay.
Close enough, right?
Right.
So can you pour out just under 50 mils? So pretty much the whole bottle, minus 2 mils. You know what? Just
I was like, just pull the whole thing.
And we'll chuck a little bit of extra wax because science. Now, if you were coming to my candle making class, or if I was making the candles, I wouldn't dump it in there like I would slowly introduce it while I'm stirring it. But you know what?
You
Don't
do
worry.
you.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem. And I said what I said. So I'm just going to pour the tiniest bit of wax in there because we did a little bit of extra mils. So keep stirring for me.
Okay. Is it better to introduce it slowly?
It is. So think about chemistry. If you were mixing two liquids together, you're not just going to like woof it in there. You want to introduce it, right? Because what happens when you mix chemicals? Should know.
I was like, I don't know. All I ever do is like dump everything in.
Chemical reactions occur.
Oh yeah.
And not that it's going to explode or do anything crazy, but you know, ease it in. Just the tip. Like, let's go gentle. All right. We don't just shove it in there. Bam, bam, bam.
You don't just shove it in there.
I don't. I try not to. Buy it a drink first.
I clearly do. Warm it up.
Get some lube. Preheat the oven. So that's looking great. There's no bubble. Well, there was bubbles in there, but they've gone.
They're all
which
gone.
Is great. Perfect. You can pop that on here.
Bubble free.
If you do have any bubbles in your mix, what I like to do is just pick up the jug, give it a little tap.
Maybe there's no bubbles because I throw it all in.
Maybe.
We'll die on this hill.
Love that for you. So, before you start pouring, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Great. This is purely my suggestion and the way that I pour candles. If a different way feels comfortable for you, I can go for it. So what I would do is hold the jug in my right hand, I'm right-handed, and I would hold the jar in my left, just for a little extra steadiness. That way you can also use your finger to pull the wick all the way across, gives you plenty of room to pour. Also, you can rest your spout on the jar if you're a little bit shaky. Don't try and like hold the jar in the air and like do these ones. No one likes a hero. Like,
That's exactly what I was
going
going
to
to do.
We want steady, we want slow, and we want one nice pour. So I'll do the first one.
Yeah, that's a
And
very
then
good
we'll
idea.
So pulling the wick to the side
Have you done this before?
once or twice. So we want one nice consistent pour. Don't go like a spludge and then stop and then more, because you're just going to introduce air bubbles into your candle. So we're not pouring right up to the surface. We're leaving a bit of a gap. Look at that. Smooth.
That was amazing.
Santana smooth, am I right? No,
What happens if there's
that?
bubbles? No, I'm happy with that.
If there is bubbles, it's not the end of the world. Your candle will still burn and smell beautifully. It's just literally, it could rise to the top, and when your candle sets, you might have a little divot in it. It's just a
Doesn't look
cosmetic thing.
Not aesthetically pleasing.
But I mean, who doesn't have a lump or bump or dimple? So what I've done here is just centered the wick and folded the top over just to sort of anchor it in place. And I'm going to very carefully move it out the way because God knows what's about to happen.
I know, I was like, I'm way too excited. I'm glad you decided to go
Don't
first.
get the wall.
Slow and steady, Amy.
Yeah. Something I'm not into. But should I not watch? I feel like the pressure is on.
I feel like it's just funny because everything you said do not do was exactly what I was planning on doing, and now I'm like, whoa.
I'm like a mind reader.
I've got to be careful, yeah, because you saw how I put the thing and then you realise I need to go first.
But if anything, it's showing you that even if you do fuck it up, you can correct it. So it's not the end of the world. Like you're not selling these candles, hopefully. I don't need any more competition than what's already out there. This is just for shits and gigs, for home use, for gifts, mate. Oh.
Wait, did that kind of work out okay though? I giggled and shook the entire time, and I think
You shook the bubbles right out of it. Perfect. Okay, maybe.
what's happening.
Alright, let's have a look where the wick comes out of the wax. Do we call that centered?
No, it's really not centered. So we're pulling it up to center it, and then we're hooking a lefty.
Yeah, nice and firm, you know?
Did we just fix that?
We did. Alright, I'm going to move that out of the way.
I made a candle.
Well, you're about to make several, mate, so keep going. So we've got a few left. So if we did want to evenly distribute, they might not be, go with the smaller ones first.
Yeah.
As I said, there's no like hard and fast rule to how many mils. It depends on the size of your jar. You might actually have one giant jar that you make a candle out of. We had 600 mils here to work with. We might not get all of them, or we might just pop a little bit in each of them and have lots of little candles at different heights, if that's your jam. Perfect.
I feel like that's also a good time.
Yeah, same. I love that, like, rustic candle moody vibe.
Yeah.
It's giving Game of Thrones.
Oh, I still haven't watched that. Not going to.
Fun fact, candle making, is it not one of, like, the oldest professions / crafts in the world?
Is it?
Well, think about it. It's like the first form of light that people would have
Oh,
had.
yeah! How the fuck did
And
someone
someone-
discover
Yeah.
wax?
Well, they actually used to use like animal fat.
Oh, that's right, and like whale oil.
Yeah.
Imagine the smell.
I know. Ugh. Like if you've ever set your hair on fire, that's how I imagine the smell to be of like burning animal.
I actually have. Can relate. Do know what that smells like. Not a good time.
I used to do that as a kid.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good times, eh?
Rite of passage. That and the Sharpies.
Did you also cut a fringe on yourself?
Naturally.
That is a rite of passage.
Havana.
And then did you hide under your bed out of fear?
Yeah, because you can't put it in the bin. You get caught that way.
I swear mine was like this.
You know what? I didn't actually do it to myself. I had a sister.
Smart.
Oh fuck!
What do you mean?
I did it so carefully and then I knocked it.
Yeah. You've got like room to move. There's
Hey,
wiggle
I
room.
also don't have
Don't be so fucking aggressive on the like pulling the wax over. I mean the wick over. Just, you know, it's not treat 'em mean, keep 'em king. This isn't Tinder. Like, let's be gentle with our candles. And you know what? Just chuck it in. Less aggressively, but I mean, potato.
Well, there are bubbles there. That's okay. Oh, nah, they're gone. Oh, are they?
I also like how you've done like a
Yeah.
little extra design on the side. That's fine. Again, not for
These are extra, made by Amy.
not for commercial sale. Side note, how fucking good do they smell?
They actually smell so good.
It's almost like a powdery musk. It's
You should turn
very
this into
sexy.
a cologne. This is mood candles, a mood scent.
It's a vibe. Okay, so what happens from here is you want to leave it alone. You don't want to touch it
Okay.
for about 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
So I'm literally going to leave it.
Yep.
Not touch it. And I'll show you guys a video tomorrow of what they look like when they're set and how to trim them. Would you like to give your candle a name? Or do you want to think about it? Think about it and come back to me.
Oh, like the smell?
Yeah, this candle smells like...
Tinder?
Oof. Is that a good smell? Unclear.
No, it's probably not.
Have a think about it. Come back to me. Obviously, this size label isn't going to fit on all kinds of jars, especially if it's a textured jar or a jar that is like a cone or whatever. But you can also slice and dice. And then we also have smaller, the Prospect Project University labels, which will pretty much work with any size. I mean, overall, thoughts? As someone that thinks candles are shit and is very hard to impress.
I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time. It was really fun.
I've sat with you while you've ordered a coffee, and I mean,
It's cringe-worthy, isn't it?
I'm a survivor. So there's no pleasing some people. Some
Even though
people-
on the worst day when she made different variations of the different kinds of chocolate.
We're not going to coffee ever again. I can't.
I loved it. I had a really
100% she spat in your coffee. And if you weren't looking, I probably would have spat in your coffee too.
She loves me. I've been going to her for years.
Alright, back to the candles. Thoughts, musings, overall comments.
I actually really loved it. I had a very good time. To be honest,
Oh,
if I
fuck.
did this from home, I 100% wouldn't have read these. I don't know why I'm like that. I would have just made it up and winged it. So
Yeah, that's
the
fine.
video
It's
is
a
going
guide.
to be very fucking helpful.
Key.
This is key because I got so excited at the beginning. I kind of read it, but none of it registered.
So we all learn differently. I'm the type that I wouldn't watch a video, but I would happily on my own read instructions.
Nah.
So we all learn differently,
Yeah.
you know.
I need a video or someone standing over me telling me what not to do.
Ouch. Don't like that. You're not the boss of me. I
I
think
still
it's
didn't
great.
let you be the boss of me, did I?
No,
Still
I
fucked
mean
it
they
up.
have character. We'll see tomorrow. You know what? I bet these will turn out fucking perfect.
I'd like an award if it does. I'd like you to go out for
I'll work on
coffee
that.
with me again.
No, hard no on that. But congrats on graduating.
Thank
Would you
you.
like to wear the hat?
I absolutely. I would like to wear the hat. I feel like I need the.
I never went to uni, obviously, so
Neither.
this is
I never graduated high school, so this is a big deal for me.
you can hold the certificate as well. You've done it. You're a real one. Congratulations. Alright guys, these are the finished candles. Surprisingly, they've actually turned out perfectly smooth. So what we're going to do is just remove the box sticks and give the wicks a little trim and they'll be good to go. Alright, so what we're going to do is give these a little trim. You want really sharp scissors. I like just cheap little haberdashery or sewing scissors. Little ones, you can get right in there. They're super sharp. We just want to cut them to about 1/2 centimetre on each, so not too long. Oop, throwing it around, and then we have it.